In this video, I want to show you guys how to create a workaround if you are using Managing Chat to send SMS and email. The issue right now is anybody who's in the EU, ref URLs will not fire off the message that you want it to send, right? So that includes if you have it in the flow and you have the SMS to a messenger message, it won't send that message because that's technically a ref URL. But I figured out a way to work around that. So that way it will automatically send the message that you want it to send. So it'll function just like how it was before, but the caveat is it has to be initiated from SMS or email. But I'm going to show you really quick. Also, let me know if you guys are experiencing this issue. Also, let me make sure that I am on here. Sweet. Okay. So let me share my screen to explain what I'm talking about here. Okay, so here's an example of an SMS and an email that you normally have it go to your messenger, right? So you send the SMS with the goal of getting them back into Messenger. Same with this, with an email. You send the email with a button to go back in Messenger. Well, within the EU, it will not work that way because of the issues with the privacy stuff. Ref URLs will not fire off the message that's supposed to send. Instead, it would normally send it to the welcome message. But here's what you can do. So let me move this Zoom thing out of the way. Okay, so what you'll do is put the message of whatever it is that you want to send, and instead of adding the link to Messenger, you add a open website. And then here is where you put your m.me link. So for example, you just put the m.me, which would technically go to the welcome message, but if they've already been a subscriber, which most likely they are, if you're sending an SMS and email to them, it would just open up Messenger at the last conversation that they had with your chatbot. So then what you want to do is add an additional action. So you perform action, and then what you'll do is on this action, you will set a custom field. So in this custom field, so I'm just going to do tip one send. So you'll set it to, and this is a date time. So you want to have it as a custom field date time field. So when you first set it up, you choose date time, and then you want to choose set to the date and time of the action. So then what that will do is when they click this link, it will change that custom field to the date and time that they click that link. Same thing with email, where you hit edit design, you can hit the button, you can add a link, same thing, open website, me, click the marketology, then perform action. And you have to go outside of the email to get to the action. And you just do the exact same thing where you set custom field, you hit tip one, set to the date and time of the action, boom. Okay, so then you have that part. So that's part one. The second part then is implementing one of my favorite features of Managing Chat, a Managing Chat rule. So with the rule, you'll set it up where, well, this is saying send tip two, but really it would be tip one. So you choose the custom field, so the tip one, and you say has changed to any value. And this also, the reason, initially I was going to do a tag, but having it as a custom field will allow them, if they click the link multiple times, it will actually send the message. Whereas if it was a tag and then the custom or the rule would go off with the added tag, it'd only go off once unless you set it up where it would remove the tag each time. So this way, anytime they click it, it will send that message. So it's changed any value, and then you have start a flow, and then you will select the flow that you want it to send. So you will, normally you would have it all in here, right? The whole flow. So instead what you'll do is you'll have the SMS and or email in one flow, and then the message content in another flow. And then that's where you can use the rule to send out the flow. So that way, when they click the link, it will still send the message. So hope that helps. I'm really, if you can't tell, excited that I figured this out, because it's going to make a world of difference in terms of engagement, and also getting people to get back into Messenger like I want them to, without having to use keywords, which you totally can. And actually with this client that has an international audience with the SMS I'm sending that is outside of the US and Canada, I am going to have to use the keyword where I say click the link and then reply with the keyword to get your tip. So that is, a little bit of extra friction, but I'm glad that for the majority of the audience, I can do it this way, and can get people back into Messenger without having them to, reply with a keyword, or, they might type it in wrong, so this helps to reduce that potential human error. So let me know if this helps. If you have any questions, you can comment with them below. Let me see if anybody's said anything yet. Pull up here. Mike says, thanks for this. You're welcome. Yeah, so definitely utilize this. It will make a huge difference with the changes that I hope are temporary. So with that being said, that was pretty much about it. I still have to go. This is tip 2 or whatever. There's about 8 tips that are pretty involved. And also I have to go through and still make some major adjustments before all the changes happen. It feels like Christmas, but a bad Christmas. Bad thing. I'm a deadline I'm trying to hit. So if you guys are catching this replay, just go ahead and comment below with any questions, or if you find that this is helpful and that you can implement this for your own chatbot. So anyways, hope that helps. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.